Hello there, welcome to Cartooning with Paul. Today I'm going to show you how to draw Ultraman, so come on, let's get started. Hello cartooners, welcome back. Today's video is a special request. Michael wants to learn how to draw Ultraman from the old Japanese series, so let's just dive on in. As some of you might remember, last week I had a flub up with my video production, so we're going to completely redraw this video. Michael, I'm sorry for the delay, but hopefully this will be worth it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the basic head shape. It's going to be an upside down egg shape. It's going to be a little wider down here at the bottom. His chin, his jawline and chin, it's kind of rounded like that. I draw my vertical axis line here and my horizontal right here, because from the top of the head down to the chin, the eye level is exactly halfway down. And then halfway down from the eye level to the chin is where the nose comes down. And then about a third of the way from the bottom of the nose down to the chin is where the mouth rests. So I'm just going to very lightly draw in some guidelines here. And now let's give him his iconic pose. Now I've got to admit, I was very unfamiliar with Ultraman when it was recommended that we do this video. So I did a little research. Turns out it's an old Japanese show, but it's also a comic book that once I did my research, I kind of recognized him, but I had never read it. So what we're going to do is we're going to give him his iconic pose, which is where his arms kind of make a cross shape over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have him kind of lunging his shoulders forward. His midsection will be back a little bit. He's going to have one leg out forward, the other one will be back a little bit because he's getting ready for his action pose. So I'm going to want to throw two heads down here for his waistline. And from there, I'm going to figure out his proportions. He's about a head width apart in the shoulders. So those are his shoulders though. Let's throw in a rough idea of where his rib cage will go. His, you know what? Let's see. His hips will be angled a little bit because this leg will be backward. And let's just throw in, a very rough action pose here, and we'll clean it up once we figure it all out here. Knee, and then the other leg will be back here like this. Yeah, that's good. And then let's see, elbow, arm. We're gonna cross the streams.
Excuse me, Egon. You said crossing the streams was bad.
Cross the streams.
You're gonna endanger us.
I'm gonna put his other forearm right here like so. Hand is in like a karate position there, kind of. All right, so that will be the basis for the character sketch. I've got the body kind of in there. I'm pretty comfortable with how it's set up. So let's dive in and throw in all of those awesome details. So I'm going to start with his body. We want to make sure, let's see, his pecs would be here. His abs will be down here like that. His waistline. And then we've got his trunks area in like this. I'm just going to throw in that V shape there like that. And from there, I'm going to just kind of lightly throw in his muscle. Got his knee in here like this. chin. Calf muscle, and then into his heel. All right, so far I'm happy with that. Let's go over here. It's important to know your muscle groups, guys. So it's, you know, those anatomy drawing books that I've shared in previous videos. It's important to study that. You know, so you know that this muscle in here and this muscle crosses over there like that. We also have this in here like so. Yes, I'm not giving you actual muscle names. I can name a lot of them. I'm not as versed as I used to be, though. I remember in school, I took anatomy. In science, it wasn't drawing anatomy. I took anatomy so that I could learn all of the muscle types, and it's actually helped me greatly. But then those life drawing classes, that's where you really learn where everything is in relation to everything else. And oh, I don't like that foot. Let's see. I'll angle that just a little bit. I want to give it a little dynamic structuring here, but of course he's in a pose, so it's not like he's lunging out. He does a lot of posing, I'm finding. So I'll just do that. So now we've got this one arm that's going to be crossed in front of the other. So I'm going to start with that. We've got the elbow here. The elbow, we're going to give him a forearm here, like so. I mentioned in a previous video that I spent some good time with some Disney animators years ago when I was in high school. It was a very valuable day for me. I learned a lot from Craig, who had shown me his sketchbooks. And in those sketchbooks, he showed me how he studied muscle structure while just, you know, having a cookout with friends. He would sketch out drawings of you know, the guy at the grill and how the muscles moved when he flipped the spatula, and you know, his wife would be sitting there at a chair, and he'd sketch her and how, you know, how the body looks when she's sitting cross-legged as opposed to when she's sitting with, you know, her legs to the side. It was extremely valuable for me, so I started carrying around a sketchbook myself, and start carrying one around with me again. My current job, there's not really a whole lot of time to do that without looking like a creep at work. So, okay, so I've got this arm kind of in there. I'm not really thrilled with it yet. I will be, though. This arm right here is going to be curved inward a little bit. Here's the elbow. Elbow there, and now we're going to throw in that forearm. Let's see, want it thin at the wrist, and then so we're kind of lucking out here because we're drawing the hands to the side. So let's see, fingers like so, but it's flat out, so you won't even see the thumb. And let's see, let's gotta remember, we've got a chest in here. This is just crossing over it. Right, the pecs go here like this. All right, now I'm going to throw in all the details of the costume before we get into the head, because he's wearing a helmet, so the head is going to be a little larger. I'm not worried about that right now. Let's just throw in the red and silver design here. So we've got a wraparound design here, and it comes in like this. It's a silver body, a very, very light silver with red accent. It's kind of like a tomato red, really. I wouldn't call it orange, but it's not exactly red. There's a lot of yellow in that red, so. All right, so we've got what look like almost plates of silver that wrap around the red there. It's but it's all very like jumpsuity looking. We've got some wristlets here with some red accent. Throw it in here. So Ultraman has made a comeback, evidently, and I have missed it on Netflix. Might want to give it a try after this. Like I said, it's an old Japanese show from the 70s, I believe, but it's now a comic book again. But he's a really cool looking superhero. Once I took a look at him, I said, oh, you know what? Kind of remember this a little bit. All right, so we've got this silver band around the waist, and it comes to a point down here, like a V shape, and then up here there's a slight point, and then in there is red. So below here we've got red in here, in the trunks area. Just give it a little wrinkle here. All right. And then we're going to wrap around for this silver area. Now this is where the knowledge of where the muscles are and how it wraps around comes in handy. You don't want to just draw a curve. I mean, if we were going to Bruce Timm, there'd be a curve, but let's give it that muscle definition. And then here we'll throw in some detail here, and he's not wearing separate boots. This all seems to be part of one whole piece, but we've got that red upside down V shape anyway. All right, and then there's the knees kind of in there like that. And again, we're going to want to play up the muscle there. So this is that red color down to silver. Now don't be afraid to shade this in a little bit too, to really push that it's kind of in the back. Play with that light and shadow there. Let's see. All right. I'm just going to shade in the red a little bit just to differentiate to the silver. I'll do the same in here. This clavicle will go in here like that. Red. Okay, and then that design will go around and down in between these muscles here. A little point there. Yeah, like that. And now let's dive into the head here. Like I said, we've got the eyes here, so we want to make sure that the lenses to this mask are in the right spot. It has almost like an alien type look to it. These lenses are very bulbous and they have this like light up effect. So we want to make sure, you want to keep them as symmetrical as possible too. And then we've got this almost like Art Deco design to the face. That's what makes this character so interesting looking. Right? So we've got this angular area here. It doesn't form a nose. It really just kind of comes down to a peak. And then it comes all the way up here to the top where there's this crest. And this crest comes up here like this. It wraps all the way around the back. And then at the mouth, it forms a very angled, very cubist-like mouth here. It has lips. Slightly open, like so. Then on the sides, we've got these little ears, but they're faceted and they're angled and they look like, from the side, they're almost like a triangle and they come in. He's very robotic looking in this. We're going to come out. Like so. Let me clean this up just a little bit here. As I can see, I could probably do that a little closer to what it's supposed to look like. There we have it. Eyes are a little off, but I'm just gonna give it a little bit of that texture in there. And there we have it. Well, Michael, I hope you liked this one. It was a lot of fun doing that research to figure out how to draw him for you. I'm gonna go check out that Netflix series right after I'm done filming. Guys, if you like drawing videos like this, I've got a whole Bruce Timm playlist, how to draw like Bruce Timm, right here for you. I want to thank you guys so much for drawing with me today, and until the next video, we will see you later.